ahead and start the recording so that we can have this available for anyone that maybe joins late and needs to see the first few minutes, or maybe doesn't have a chance to join us today. We know you're joining us from all over the globe, and so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the time zone may be for you. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're here to talk to you a little bit about the Information Technology and Management graduate program and a little bit about the registration process. I know many of you are very anxiously awaiting for the Fall 25 schedule to open. That should be happening here in the next few days, and you'll get to see all of the courses that are being offered and then start making your selections for registration. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm Michelle Bellamy. I am the program director for the MS-ITM program. We also have our program specialist, Marianne Lacko, on the call with us. And we do have a few current students on the call with us as well. So thank you for joining us today. Hopefully we'll be able to answer all of your questions for you. So just a couple of things. I do have a slide deck that we will talk through that hopefully will answer most of your general questions. But feel free along the way as we go through the presentation to pop any questions that you have in the chat, and we will do our best to answer them as we go. And then at the end of the session, we'll open up the floor for general questions that you may have. And at that time, we absolutely encourage you to come off of mute, turn your cameras on and let us see your smiley faces and ask any questions that you may have, and we will do our very best to answer them. And if we don't know the answer, we will find out and we will get back to you. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you, and then I'll ask you for a quick thumbs up to make sure that you are seeing what I am intending to show you. And then we'll go ahead and get started. So at this point, you should be seeing a title page that says Program Registration and Course Preview for our ITM program. Yes, I see some thumbs up. Thank you so much for that. So we'll just go ahead and get rolling. So just quick agenda. We've already gone through introductions, but just in case you need our information, here we are with our smiley faces as well. And so we just wanted to briefly talk about, I know that there are some of you on the call that are still considering joining the program. Many of you have already been admitted and you're more interested in the registration piece, but if you are a prospective student that's still on the fence, maybe still maybe halfway through your application and still needing a little bit more information, there are lots of great reasons why you want to go ahead and pull the trigger on that and join our program. Things that will just help you be more competitive in the marketplace. So if you're still thinking about doing that, we are thrilled that you are considering our program. And please let us know if there's anything that we can do to help you finish your application and go ahead and hit that submit button, because we would love for you to be part of our family. So what makes the ITM degree special? Well, we're special because we're amazing and cool, but we're also special because we offer you wonderful resources as part of our program. Industry connections are a huge piece of what we do. We work very diligently to connect you with business partners in the relevant space that aligns with your career aspirations. All of our graduates enjoy high-paying careers and a pretty quick turnaround in the job market. I know it's tough for everybody right now, but last reported number, our students were still 96% finding employment within 6 months. So those things are really important to know and understand because you're making a huge investment in yourself. And the return on investment for our students in this program is actually very lucrative. And if that isn't enough for you, you get to really curate your experience when you're here with us. We have a wildly flexible program that lets you choose between modalities, in person, online, mornings, afternoons, evenings. We have classes all over the board. And in addition to the modalities that we also have more electives that you could you couldn't possibly take them all in one master's degree. So we're really allowing you to take classes that you're interested in and classes that align with what it is you're intending to do once you finish the degree. And we have wonderful faculty that are either at the top of their field in research or in actual industry experience. And in a lot of cases, it's both. They've been in the top of a large company, and then they've come over to UTD and they're teaching classes for us, and now they're on the cutting edge of research in their field. And then lastly, we have a ridiculously strong alumni network. We are so fortunate that once our students graduate, they stay part of our community, and they're looking for ways to give back to you as the new and current students and help you be successful. So ITM is special for a lot of reasons. In addition to being really well run, to take up a few space this next reporting period. But right now we're number 13 across the nation. So that's a pretty good ranking for us. We're number 1 in IS research and number 8 in best online programs. So we're very, very proud of those things. And like I said before, our students are enjoying really good outcomes after they complete the program. We work diligently to collect this information when you graduate so we can track how well you're doing and make sure that we're delivering to you the things that you need to be successful. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the degree itself. This is the meat of what it is that you are wanting to know. The degree itself, again, we talked about the modalities and the offerings already. It is a 36 semester credit hour degree. Every class will, and you'll see that SCH in a lot of the communication on our website and with advising. SCH stands for semester credit hours. And one class is generally 3 credit hours. So you can see if your degree is 36 credit hours, you're going to divide that by 3, and that'll tell you you're going to take 12 classes, right? So 6 of those classes are core classes that everyone has to take, and 6 of those classes are elective classes. And even then, we have some flexibility within those things. Of the core courses, there are 3 courses that everyone needs to take: the object-oriented programming, database foundations or data management, system analysis, and project management. So those are 3 classes everyone needs to take. In addition to those 3 classes, you have to take 3 different classes from 3 different core business areas. And what I've listed here in this chart are the business areas. So underneath statistics, there are 2 options for you to choose. Underneath accounting, there are 3 or 4 options. So every core area has multiple courses that you can choose from to really curate your business core experience. But the whole point of that business core is to really build a strong foundation in business acumen so that you understand how organizations work and you can use all of this wonderful ITM skill and expertise that you're about to gain to really solve business problems. And then after you're done with your core, you get to choose 6 electives. And those 6 electives can come from any one of are 7 different fields of study, and you can mix and match. So we have 7 different tracks, we call it, where we have organized our classes. Sorry about that, I hit the button a little too quickly, where we've organized the classes by content area, if you will. So if you happen to be a student that is interested in cybersecurity, you can see all of the electives that we offer that are related to that. Please understand that tracks are optional, and I'll say that again at a later point. You can choose to take all of your electives out of one track, or you can mix and match and take your electives out of multiple tracks. So it really depends on what you want to do, but we afford you that flexibility so that you can pursue things you're interested in. So let's talk a little bit more about the core courses. But before we do that, one of the biggest questions that we encounter as a program is our students come to us at the beginning of the semester and they always ask us, what classes should I take? Should I take 4 classes? Should I take 3 classes? Well, let's tackle a couple of those things. The general rule of thumb is that you take 1 core course, 1 business core course, and 1 elective. And so this little graphic here is just showing you how our core courses are building that strong foundation for you. But in general, you want to take 1 core, 1 business core, and 1 elective, and you will see a graphic on that in just a little bit. So, and then in addition to that, students will ask the question, well, can I take 4 classes? Well, you can, but please reconsider that. And here's why. For every semester credit hour that you have, you will devote 2 hours outside of class. So if you have a class that is 3 semester credit hours long, that means you're in class for 3 hours a week. And then out of class, you're going to spend 6 hours studying, doing assignments, and preparing for that class. So if you think about that, if you're in 4 classes, 4 times 3 is 12. So you're already in class for 12 hours a week. And then you have to prepare for twice that amount outside of the class. So 24 plus 12 is 36, right? So you're already spending 36 hours a week on classwork. And that can really, really add up and also take away from the rest of your experience, like the networking that you should be doing and the events that you should be attending, the career preparedness that you should be working through. And on top of that, just generally being a graduate student and trying to enjoy the experience while you're here. So in our suggestion is to do those 3 classes. But if you really, really feel like you want to do 4, then come and have a conversation with one of us and let's really talk through it. So let's talk a little bit more about the core classes really quickly. As we talked about object-oriented programming, database foundations, or data management and system analysis and project management. These core courses are designed to just give you a very solid foundation in ITM so that when you go on to your advanced coursework, you're seamlessly able to move through those. The key competencies and skills that you gain here are just proficiency in programming and database management, and as well as project management, making sure that your analytical skills are prepared so that when you go to those advanced electives, you're ready to roll. And then polishing your communication skills and making sure that you're able to collaborate effectively and communicate your knowledge effectively. And then we move on to our business core. Again, here are all the different areas that you can choose from. The role of our business core courses, like I said previously, is to really build that foundation in your business acumen. But I wanted to point out right here that for many of you, you're interested in business analytics or artificial intelligence classes as electives. And it's really important to know that OPRE 6359, which is a advanced statistics course, and it's one of the business core courses, it's really important to know that that is a prerequisite for many of the elective courses in business intelligence. So if you're considering taking those electives, then you should plan to take 6359 as one of your business core classes. There is no waiver of prerequisites, so please be sure that you're paying attention to those in your area of interest. So I like to point that out up front. We have had some students in the past that didn't quite understand that, so I want to make sure that you're aware of that when you're planning your classes. Okay, let's talk a little bit about electives. Again, we have over 60 electives that are available in 7 different tracks. We want to make sure that you're able to really curate your experience while you're here and choose things that you're passionate about and that will help really build your expertise and subject content knowledge so that when you move on from here, you're very marketable and prepared well to be successful. Again, tracks are optional. And on this chart, I just gave you a brief description on what the tracks entail. So it's just high level understanding. no matter how many times we go through this, we still have students that think that they have to select a track when they're picking their electives. And again, they are optional. You do not. We have many students that mix and match across all the different tracks to complete their electives. The purpose of the electives obviously are allow you to customize your experience while you're here. We allow you to specialize on in that focused area, or you can be a little bit more general, and especially if you're taking things from several different tracks. But all the electives are designed to complement your core knowledge and really get you ready for industry. That's the whole point of this whole endeavor in the first place. And again, we're building that foundation. All right, so before we move on to preparing for registration, I'll just remind you that if you have any questions along the way on anything in particular, go ahead and pop those in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them. We've got just a little bit left, and then we'll open the floor for questions and answers. So make sure as you get ready for registration, I can't highlight this enough, make sure that you're reviewing the academic calendar. As a matter of fact, bookmark the academic calendar or print out a copy of it and pin it up on a pin board in your wall in your room. The academic calendar has there are no changes. It is very clearly stated, and there are no exceptions to the dates on the academic calendar. So understand when your last day to register is, when late registration ends, when your last day to withdraw from a course is. These are it you have a love-hate relationship with the academic calendar. It's great because it gives you a framework to plan your semester, but sometimes things move faster than we think they should, and we lose sight of a date, and that can be a challenge. So make sure you're aware of important dates on the academic calendar and that you're adhering to that. And we do our best to help remind you of those things. So here, registration is already open for summer, but it should be opening here in the next few days for fall. So understand that your last day for registration is January 16th, according to the spring 25 calendar, but for fall, it'll be different. And we'll get you a link here in just a second in the chat to the fall 2025 calendar so that you can see that. So as a new student coming in registering, the first thing you're going to want to do is check your student portal for your enrollment appointment. And that's what it's called in your student portal. And that can be somewhat misleading. It's not an actual appointment that you have in person with someone. It is just the day we are appointing for you to be able to register. We provide different dates for different levels of student in the program. So seniors usually get a day or two ahead of everyone else so that they can make sure that they get the classes that they need to graduate. So your enrollment date will be listed in your portal, and that's when you will be available. It will be open for you to pick classes and register. So you'll log on to Galaxy, you'll go to your student center, and it will tell you your exact date when you're able to begin registration. All right. Once your enrollment date is here and you're able to start picking your classes, you want to go and make sure you don't have any holds on your account. And our advising team does a really great job of posting short videos on the JSOM website that show you exactly how to do these things. But here in this screenshot, you'll go to tasks and then you'll be able to see any holds that you have. What is important here is that there are several different kinds of holds that could be placed on your account. And right next to the hold, it'll tell you what the hold is, and then it will tell you the office or department at the university that placed the hold on your account. And that's an important piece of information because only that department or office can clear your hold. So that means that they are the ones that you want to go to and ask about, to ask about that hold. Please know that Professor Lacko and I cannot clear holds for you as much as we would like to be able to help you with that. We do not have the ability to do that, but we can help you understand what the hold means and help point you in the right direction. It's important though to clear those holds because you won't be able to register until all of your holds are cleared off your account. So now you've got your enrollment date, you made sure you have no holds on your account, and now it's time to research your courses. The best place to do that is to go to Coursebook, and I've linked that here in the slide. Coursebook, you don't have to log in. It is publicly available, and it has a series of drop-down boxes for you to be able to see what courses are being offered and when. And once you log in and you would pick fall 2025 and you would pick MIS classes, it will show you a complete schedule of the classes available, the professors that are teaching it, the days and times. In addition to that, we'll even give you the syllabus in advance so that you can research those courses and determine if it's something that you really want to take. And then you'll make a list of the courses that you're interested in and plan them. And you can use a schedule planner that UTD provides for you online, or you can use a worksheet that we've created for you. There are a number of tools that are available to help you plan the classes that you want to take for the semester and make sure that you're not having any overlaps and things like that. And also making note of the section that you want to enroll in, because believe it or not, some of those section numbers can be a little bit misleading or confusing. And you think you signed up for a 5U1 or you wanted a 5U1, but you picked a 5W1. So it's important to be able to have a place where you can write these things down and verify that you've actually registered for the classes that you intended to register for. And then it's always a good practice to create some sort of degree plan tracking tool for yourself. A lot of students will create a spreadsheet and they'll list the core classes out. They'll list the business core that they think they want to take, and then they'll list out the electives that they think they want to take. And they track those as they move through each semester. Advising does that for you as well. But you really should be aware of what classes that you're wanting to take and what your plan is. So come up with a good way, a good method for you to be able to track what classes you plan to take for the entire degree. So that way you know what your outlook is. And we do have some degree planning sheets available to help you with that process. And then again, as I said a couple of times already, that rule of thumb is so important. Plan for one core course, one business core, and one elective. Obviously, there's flexibility there, but this plan is just a general rule that'll help you make sure that you stay on track and then that you finish all of those core requirements and that you have enough space and time available to pursue the electives that you want. Again, the temptation is to enroll in more classes sometimes, but please don't do that. We would really dislike seeing our students end up on probation because they overcommitted and enrolled in too many courses. All right, so last thing we'll talk about before we open it up to questions are how you pay tuition and how you actually register in Galaxy. You'll log on to your student portal in Galaxy and you'll simply add your courses. Then you also have the opportunity to swap courses or drop courses if you need to. Some helpful reminders when you're getting ready to do that actual registration is use that course book that we talked about. When you get to a point that you're actually adding your courses to your shopping cart, it doesn't mean you're done. Once they're all in your cart, you have to actually click the finish button and you'll see a green check mark on your screen that says you've finished enrolling and all of your courses are now on your schedule. It's important to know once you've finished enrolling, say you got to come back and switch something out. That happens from time to time. Using that swap feature allows you to drop and add a course in one step, so you don't have to do that multiple times. And then last but not least, when you're all done and you've got your green check mark and you're happy, make sure to verify your schedule and it is actually what you intended it to be. And then after that, it's simply paying your tuition. We do provide some tuition estimate calculators online. If you need some help determining how much the cost of attendance will be, The Bursar's office is also a really great resource if you just need a little bit more help understanding the tuition tables. They are fantastic, but please understand at the beginning of semesters during registration, they can be kind of busy. So be patient with them if you reach out to them and ask them questions. But the tuition calculator online is actually really great. There's a series of drop downs that are pretty detailed that allow you to go through and tell the tool what it is, what your standard of living will be, how many classes you plan to take in which school, and it does a pretty good job of getting you within several $100s of your actual tuition. Beyond that, we have several other resources to help you out as you're working your way through the registration process. The question desk is open from 8 to 5:30. Monday through Friday, you pop a question in that chat, and they are really fantastic about getting back to you. The Office of the Registrar, ISSO, and our CMC are also available to help you through the registration process. A lot of our international students will have questions on visas or student employment. And these offices are really great, and their websites are fantastic. They have a huge selection of information and FAQs available posted online that often uh, you need to reach out to them. They are available to answer your questions. And last but not least, Marianne and I are also available to you if you're just stuck and you need to reach out and you have a quick question or you have a detailed question that you just feel like you need a little help on. We are here for you and available to help you through that process. Um, and just in case you go ahead, if you'll scan these QR codes, we'll make sure that these things are available to you as well after the call. This is all of our contact information. Please reach out either to myself or Marianne, our general email exchange. You can reach directly out to the program or even our student leaders. We are here to help you through this process. We understand that it can be overwhelming at times and you're just not sure which office to go to. Go ahead and reach out, and we're happy to help you get pointed in the right direction if we can't give you the answer directly. Um, so that's all I've got for you right now. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. We'll make sure that you guys get a copy of these slides after the call. The recording will also be available to you. So now at this point, the rest of our meeting is yours. I'll open the floor for any questions or that you may have. Just feel free to raise your hand or come off mute and ask your question, and we'll do our best to answer it for you.
Hey Michelle, Shruti Singhai this side from India. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Are you able to hear me now?
I am, yes, thank you.
Hey Shruti this side. So I have a question, Michelle. So as a part of my ITM degree program prerequisites, it says that you will need to complete a 1 credit hour professional development course. So I'm looking to get some more clarity on that.
1 credit hour. Where are you reading that? Are you reading
So
that on the
I got
website?
yeah, that's right. And I
Okay.
after the admit as well, I got that in the email.
Yes, that is correct. Every student that comes into the ITM program has to complete its Mass 6102. It's our professional development course.
Okay, so just to be sure, UTD is the one that will be organizing and helping us to complete that course, right?
Yes, it is a UTD course. You will enroll in it.
Okay. Okay, perfect. No problem. Thank you.
You bet. Hi, Adebola, you have your hand raised?
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning to you.
So I had a quick question because I know you talked about like the registration, but that was for fall, and I just wanted to know how it was like for the summer.
Yes, so it's the same process for summer. Summer is actually already open, and you would be able to go to Coursebook and review and see all of the summer sections that are currently being offered.
And the professional development course, is it an online course or is it going to be in person?
It's in person.
Okay.
But I believe that there is an online option available. I don't want to lie. I can go
Yeah.
look and I'll go check quickly for you and see if we have an online option available for you. And it's an in-person during the summer.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Any other questions? I'm so happy to see so many of you on the call today. We're so glad you're here.
Hello.
Hello,
For
good
the
morning.
good morning. For the healthcare systems track, which courses would focus on Epic or are aligned with Epic?
Oh, let's see if I can help you out with that. I'm navigating directly to our degree plan online, and I'm headed right down to our healthcare management track. And let's see. I believe that Professor Stevens goes over Epic in the informatics class. But here is a great opportunity if you want to pop that question in the chat for me, so that way I have your contact information. I will find out which of those healthcare classes has Epic in its curriculum, and I can get that back to you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. I believe it's the informatics class, but I would like to make sure that that is accurate. I have a question in the chat. Hello, I'm a prospective student. I'm interested in a scholarship that gives out the state tuition waiver. In the website, I see the GRE GMAT is required, but the minimum percentiles or score is not mentioned. Is there any average score? No, there's not. We don't give out this is the score you should hit in order to qualify. Everyone that applies for a scholarship is reviewed by the scholarship committee. So I would suggest to you that if you have a recent GRE GMAT that is less than 7 years old and you feel like you did well on that test, then that's the one you should submit. If you feel like maybe I could do better and get a higher score, then and you haven't taken it in a few years, it might be a good opportunity to retake it.
Professor, I would like to add one more thing.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in my first semester. So there's one more thing. You can even get the Dean's this program excellence scholarship. Like the Dean's excellence requires GRE, but I got a scholarship through the program excellence. So in this, there's an opportunity in that too. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, yes, go ahead with your question.
Hi, ma'am. Vaibhavi this side. I'm from India. I'm coming for the summer intake, so I need to select my core courses after arriving at UTD, right?
Well, you can if you have an enrollment appointment and you have already done the required orientations, then you should be able to go ahead and register. If there's a
Okay,
hold on your account, you cannot.
okay. And one more question: is there a deadline for registrations of for prerequisite courses, as in my UT's offer?
Well, yes, there's the registration deadline is the same for all classes. So that's on the academic calendar. And if we go to the academic calendar, I'll put that in the chat for you. I'm going to go ahead and open it right now for summer 25, right?
Yes.
I'll put that in the chat for you. The last late registration, so last day for regular registration is May 29th.
Okay.
So that is the same day for prerequisites or core courses. It's the same for all classes.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for guiding me.
You're welcome. Any other questions? We are here for you. We're hoping to help you through this process. We know it can be confusing at times or a little overwhelming. You may be a little unsure of where to go and what to do. So we're here to help you as much as possible. How are we doing in the chat? Are there other questions over there? Any specific limit to apply for scholarships? Well, we only have 2 scholarships that we offer the Jindal School, but there are many external scholarships that you could look into applying to. So there's no limit per se on how many scholarships you apply for, but you would have to go secure those and find them. Hi, Sarav, I see your hand up. Did you have a question?
Uh, yes, Michelle. So for the program excellence scholarship, does that also include non-resident tuition waiver?
Non-resident tuition waiver. Oh, you mean do you get the in-state tuition with the program excellence scholarship? I
Yes.
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Professor,
Mhm.
you do get it. It's like I got it. Like you
You
get,
do?
yeah, I am from India, and so it's like you get $1,000 scholarship, and it converts into in-state. It's like that for the program excellence.
Okay, I did not see that documented there. That's great to know. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll post a link about the specific place where the information about scholarships is. I'll post that here in just a minute. I think aside from that, we've gotten everything in the chat. So if anybody has a question that we haven't answered in the chat, please ask it now because I may have missed some.
You guys are quiet today. That could either be a good thing because we did a good job of giving you the information you need. And I know our student leadership team has been working really hard to answer your emails to our main email exchange. So that's a good thing if you have all of the information that you need and that you're feeling confident and ready to register either for summer or fall. Um, that's fantastic. But if you do have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask those. We are here for you. We want to make sure you have what you need, and we're so glad you're here with us today. Okay.
So just real quick, because there's been a couple of questions about that. So the tracks, if you want to focus on a specific track, you don't have to and Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't have to specify that as part of your application. You just register for those courses that are laid out. I posted this a minute ago, but I'll repost it. The tracks are laid out in the graduate course listing. So you just enroll in those classes for your electives, and that's how you focus on those specific tracks.
That is absolutely correct. There is no need for you to tell us what track you're interested in. As a matter of fact, there's no way for you to even do that. So you would just select the classes that you're interested in. I saw
Hello,
one.
ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead. I saw one hand go up, but then it went back
Yes.
down.
Sorry to interrupt. I want to ask one more question.
Go
My
ahead.
I-20 mentions the earliest arrival date as May 3rd, while the program start is June 3rd. When should I plan to arrive at UTD in between? Can you please help me?
Well, you have to be at UTD before classes start. So I would definitely tell you to make plans to arrive somewhere in between there. I
Okay.
mean, that's a personal decision based upon how you're planning your move and how you're planning to travel. But you do need to be here before classes start.
Okay. That's great. Thank you.
You bet. Yes, go ahead. Harel,
Good morning.
good
I
morning.
wanted to know, is there an option for part-time classes for people who like are currently working, or this option is not available?
Well, the first question that I'd have to ask in return is, are you an international student or are you a domestic student?
A domestic student.
So then the answer to your question is yes, absolutely. You can take
Okay.
one class a semester. You can take a semester off if you need to.
Okay.
But yes, you have a ton of flexibility to really set up your schedule to best suit your needs.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. Great question. Thanks for asking. Winsome, did you have a question?
Hi, yes, good morning.
Good morning.
My question really is just a follow-up to the track questions.
Mhm.
So I was told that you could add a certificate to your degree, and I think that's really what I wanted to ask. So would it be the same thing? So adding a certificate. So I wanted to do both cybersecurity and IT management. So that's my concern.
Yes.
Uh
So yes,
yes.
you can. And as a matter of fact, many of our students do that. The certificate classes are all a subset of the ITM degree. So many of our students choose to do both. In order to receive a certificate, though, it's a separate program. So it has an application, just like ITM, the master's degree does. And then it has a separate graduation form as well. It's not a complicated thing. The application for the certificate program is free. And in most cases, you can use the same exact documents that you used for your ITM degree to apply to that program. And then you would go ahead and take the courses that you wish to take as to complete the certificate program. Most of our actually all of them, I think, I'm doing calculate. Yes, all of them are 4 classes, and usually 3 classes are required, and then you get to pick one elective. All of those classes count towards your ITM degree. The important thing is if you think you're interested in one of the certificate programs that you apply early. There's no penalty if you apply and don't complete the courses. There's nothing that you have to do there. But in some cases, we have students that decide late that they want that certificate as well. And so they apply late after they finish the last course requirement. And in that case, you're not eligible. So if you are interested, Winsome, go ahead and apply for the certificate program that you're interested in. And that way, you're already in and the coursework that you're completing is already counting there. And then there's no administrative issue later. So yes, you can do both.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. We will have just some headlights. We will have 2 new certificates that come out in the fall 2025 catalog as well. There'll be an additional cybersecurity certificate and a product management certificate. So if you are interested in any of those programs, then they'll be available to you in the catalog for review.
That would be great.
Great questions. Great questions. All right. Are there any other questions that we can help you with, or anything at all? Feel free to ask. Financial statement that can be expected to demonstrate has been mentioned. So ISSO does a really great job on their website. Marianne, if you could pop that in the chat. They, in the ISSO website that you're about to receive, they cover exactly what you need to put in your financial statement. And if I can find it quickly, I'll post the direct link to that. But they do a really, really great job of giving you your estimated expenses and what you need to put on that form as an international student. Ah, there it is, financial documents. So the ISSO's site that Marianne posted for you is very important as an international student. Please make sure that you're reviewing that. But that direct link is right to the page that they talk about all of the financial documents that you need for an incoming international student and how to fill those out. Sarav, did you have another question?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question regarding like, is there any opportunities for graduate teaching assistant or graduate research assistant while we are doing the program in MSITM?
Yes, there are opportunities for that, but you cannot apply for that until you finish your first semester. There are teaching assistantships available, and those the application will open. You'll fill out the application if you're interested, and then there's a committee that reviews all of the applications and makes the assignments.
Sure, thank you.
You bet. Any other questions, guys? Okay. Well, hopefully you have the information that you need. And like I said, it always happens to me when I'm on the call. I may not think of the questions that I have right then and there, but then invariably when the call ends, I'll go, I should have asked that. So if after we end the call, you come up with a question or something occurs to you that you think you need a little bit of guidance or direction on, please feel free to reach out to either myself or Marianne, our Student Leadership Council, and we will be sure to get back with you and either get you an answer or get you pointed in the right direction. So again, thanks for joining us this morning. We're so glad you're here, and we're so thrilled that you are either already a part of our ITM family or you're considering joining us. And we can't wait to see you all on campus in summer or fall. So we hope you have a great rest of your day, and feel free to reach out if you need anything from us. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't wait to join.
Thank you. We can't wait to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Goodbye, you too.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.